Hey playa, if you've ever been rejected before by someone that you like, then chances are you've taken one of three different pathways moving forward in dealing with those feelings. What are those pathways? Well, I'm going to explore what they are in this video and tell you exactly what I think the best way to handle rejection is.
This is the Just Beats, you're watching the Just Beef.
For those of you that are new here, my name is Josh, and every single week I make videos sharing tips, ideas, and stories teaching you how to be your best self. So if you want to learn and grow, hit the subscribe button and make sure to click on the notification bell. Now, getting rejected by someone that you like is never a pleasant experience. It can make you feel down on yourself, insecure, just flat out depressed. All these negative emotions come rushing to the surface, but how you choose to move forward as you process those feelings is what's going to help you understand that experience so much more. A lot of times, the processing period kind of catches us off guard. We think that we might get rejected, we know sometimes that we will, but yet it still hurts every single time it happens. And how we move forward kind of is us just scrambling, trying to figure out the best way to cope. So the first way that people tend to cope with getting rejected is by deciding that they still want to remain friends with that person with the underlying hope that maybe that person will change their mind or eventually like them back. Yes, what we're talking about here is the friend zone. You like that person and they know that you like them, but they don't want to be in a relationship with you. Now, the reason why some people might choose this as an option is simply because they don't want to lose that person from their life. A lot of times when you're in the friend zone, you could still interact with that person. They still open up to you, you guys still talk to each other, but there's no chance of building anything romantic with them. And that's why being in the friend zone is such a turbulent experience, because you're not really being honest with that person. You do want to build something with them, and they know that too, but you're both pretending like you're just friends, like there isn't a romantic attraction there. And I think that ultimately what you're setting yourself up for is more hurt. So if trying to just be friends when you're in the friend zone is the path you choose to take, you need to know what you're setting yourself up for. That person might talk to you about other people that they're dating, they might talk to you about their romantic life, and ultimately that might make you feel more insecure and down on yourself because you know that you won't be with them the more that they kind of pull away. Now the second path ends up being the complete flip side of the first one here. When you get rejected, instead of remaining friends and talking to them, you move on completely. You want nothing to do with them, you don't want to talk to them, you're just going to forget they exist entirely. In some ways, that might sound like the best option to take. This person didn't like you back, goodbye, see you later. But the challenging part of that mindset is that it really only works with people that you probably won't ever see again. So if you run into a random person on the street, they don't want to give you the time of day, that's it, you can move on from them. But what if you're asking out someone that goes to your school or works at your job or lives in your neighborhood, someone that you see more regularly? You can't just see you later them because you're probably going to interact with them again at some point. I think sometimes when people take this type of an approach, they're really just trying to shield themselves from getting hurt. If they don't commit, if they don't invest enough in talking to that person, well then they can't get hurt, right? It really is a binary choice of they say yes or they say no. If they say yes, I keep moving forward. If they say no, that's it. They're dust in the wind to me. So is that the best way to handle it? Just keep moving from person to person to person until you come across someone that just says yes? I think that's a good goal to take if you're not really focused on developing anything long term. If you're just looking to have a quick girlfriend or a quick experience or to do something that really isn't emotionally involved, well then yeah, I guess that's the best approach. But I know that a lot of you watching don't look at rejection like it's just a coin flip. The person that you like that you probably got rejected by is someone you have deeper feelings for, someone you do want to learn more about, someone you do want to explore getting to know. And getting rejected by them hurts and it sucks, and it's not something you could just pick up and walk away from. And that leads to the third way that you can handle rejection, and that is simply to put your feelings and pursuit of them on hold, to focus on growing yourself, becoming your best self, learning new things, exploring new hobbies, and then in the future, if you come across them, if you cross paths again, ask them out. The reason why I think that's the best approach to take is that you're not allowing their rejection to define you. You're recognizing that there's room for growth there. Maybe you can work on your conversation skills or your body language skills, or you can work on your texting game. There's all these different avenues for you to kind of work on building as you take time towards being your best self. People are complicated creatures. Their hobbies and their interests tend to change over time. So as you work towards being your best self, that person's probably also doing the same thing. And where you guys end up in the future might be a place where you're better suited for each other. Now look, that doesn't guarantee that in the future that person's automatically going to say yes just because you've worked on yourself. Sometimes they just don't feel that way towards you, and that's okay. And another thing I don't want you to do is to kind of spend that time when you're working on yourself thinking about getting back with them, waiting for that opportunity to strike, waiting for that opportunity to ask them out again. In that time, you have to put those feelings and pursuing them on hold if you truly want to grow as a person. A lot of people tend to look at it like, oh, they rejected me? Okay, I'm going to go exercise and that's going to impress them. I'm going to work on my flirting skills and that's going to impress them. Basically, all this change that I'm making is not for me, it's for them. Look, rejection sucks, but I don't think you should ever just count yourself out simply because that person didn't want to date you where you are here and now. I don't think you should spend the next few months or even a year thinking about them, waiting for them, hoping for them, but you should work on your own personal growth and recognize that in the future things will be different and your chances with them may change. What do you think though? When you're faced with rejection, which of these three paths do you end up taking? The friend zone path, the forget 'em path, or the future growth path? Leave your comments down below and let me know. Rejection is such a complicated thing to deal with, which is why I want you to check out the video over there on the side where I talk more about dealing with rejection, getting over those feelings and moving forward. I also want to give a huge shout out to all my patrons and YouTube channel members. These are the people that help the channel grow to become what it is. Thank you guys for being part of this community. If you want to learn more about how you could talk to me one-on-one every single month, check out the link to Patreon over there on the side, and also check out that rejection video. I think it'll be super helpful for you. On that note, guys, I'll catch you next time. As always, love and peace.